Hi guys, karibuni sana to the show. This is Chat with Kathy. My name is Kathy Njau, and I'm your host. I am a bit pissed. We have done this more than 3 times. I'm mad at my director, okay? But anyway, the show must continue. So, today I feel like answering questions. And I have a list of questions, like 3, 4, 5 questions that a lot of people have been asking. And yeah, I'm ready to answer them. Question number 1 that I've been hearing a lot is, Kate, how do you know you're depressed? The answer to this is quite simple, because you've been with you the longest. There is no one who knows you as much as you know yourself. So probably if you feel like you're slipping into depression, most of the time you could be slipping into depression. For me, no one told me I'm depressed. I felt it because I noticed there was a difference in my personality, in my moods. I'm a very talkative person, very outgoing. I'm what you would call an extrovert. But with time, I noticed interaction imepungua. I'm not talking as much. My moods are just all over the place. I could barely have control over them. So I decided wacha niende Hosi, and when I went, I talked to a psychiatrist and they told me, yeah, you're depressed, So possibly if you feel like you're depressed, most of the time, true, you are depressed. There are things pia other people can observe, ndio wakuulize kwani what's happening, but mostly I think wewe ndio utakuwa kwanza kujua when something is wrong, okay? Also I think it's important that we distinguish between sadness and depression. Ndio usiite sadness depression. Depression mostly hainanga a definite reason why you depressed. Ainanga, sometimes you just get depressed just because it's a mental condition. Maybe you've gone through something and it is very hard to process, ndio unakuwa depressed. Ama something shook you up na haukuwa na hiyo capacity ya kuielewa ama ya kuibeba, you just slip into depression just because. Sometimes unaweza kuwa overwhelmed, inaweza kuwa ni kazi, inaweza kuwa ni life, you could be a new mother. All these things just can get you into depression, but hakuna mtu anasemanga you get depressed because of so and so and so. It's very hard. Now for sadness has a reason. When somebody asks you, Kate, why are you sad? You'll be able to give an answer. I'm sad because my dog died. I'm sad because my mother gave out our cats like she did. So sadness iko na sababu. Lakini depression to some extent inaweza kosa sababu. When you ask somebody, why are you feeling like this? The first answer is, I don't know. So that's why it's important to seek therapy, so that we get an answer to the I don't know. It's nice to seek therapy for that. So second question, somebody here is asked me, they felt like they've been hurting for too long or healing is taking too long. Well, first and foremost, pole. Second, these things do take time. Regardless of whatever it is, they could take time. It takes time for you to move on. It takes time for you to actually snap out of whatever it is. It just doesn't happen. I don't tell people time heals everything. I don't like saying it, but true, yeah, time could help. I suggest while you are waiting to get better, you actually do something about it. If you're not okay, seek help. As you wait to feel better, are you seeing a therapist? Are you talking to somebody about this? Are you actually trying to make this situation better? And you don't always have to talk to somebody. You can read a book, you can actually watch videos on YouTube, just whatever it is you need to do to get better. It is important that you actually do something about the situation. Si kukaa tu ukingoja for you to get better. Do something about it. Actively participate in your healing process, okay? Yeah, so it could take time, and eventually wounds get healed, and the ones that can't get healed, we are able to cope with time too. We get some coping mechanisms and we go on with life, okay? Yeah, so the other question is, somebody asked me, I feel like I don't deserve anything that happened to me. I could be mad at God. So I remember this friend of mine, who sent this. um Honestly, yeah, she was telling me she felt like she didn't deserve it. Of course no one deserves to go through what she went through, but sasa it happened. Ikihappen, it may happen. From there we pick up our pieces and go on. Personally, I say your relationship with God really depends on how maybe you've been brought up. It's a personal relationship, but for me, I say yes, it's okay to be mad at God, because sasa, where do you want to take this anger? Kasirikia Mungu. It's okay. Sometimes you can also ask God questions. Ask him. If he's good enough, he will answer. It's okay to get mad at God. Just know, with time, that anger disappears. For me, I was really mad at God. I was so mad. I couldn't. Hata kanisa siendi. Even praying becomes hard for those of us who pray. I was so mad at God. But with time, the more you heal, the more you come to understand, the anger inaenda ikipungua. And si Mungu peke yake unakasirikia. You get mad at almost everyone. For the longest time, I've been mad at men, mad at God, mad because I thought grown-ups would, take care of me, but they did. You will always be mad at somebody at one point or another one in your life. So this anger has to be directed properly, so that you don't hurt yourself, so that you don't hurt another person, and you direct it by going for therapy, so that the therapist will tell you what to do in that time that you're feeling so angry. Yeah, okay. And of course, I'm sorry for those who feel like they didn't deserve anything that happened to them. Life happens, okay? Life will happen. This other one was asking me, what if somebody notices that a parent is seriously depressed? What is the best way to handle the situation in a family? Hey, now this is tricky. I won't lie. And disclaimer, I always tell you this, guys, I am not a trained therapist. I only give these answers from my experience. And if you notice that a parent is not okay, probably approaching them could be hard. And kuambia mzazi wewe naona ni kama hauko fiti, it just doesn't come easily. So I advise, if it is both parents, you feel like maybe one ndio ako na shida, try talking to the other one, umuulize na kwani dadi anakuwa ako sawa, ama mama ako sawa, that kind of situation. If not, you can always get help. There is but you need to be very careful when it comes to telling somebody outside the family. Maybe your parents' best friends, you can always approach them, ama hata pastor wenu kama mnaenda kanisa, you just talk to them in private and tell them you feel, they'll be able to guide you. But this is a bit tricky, because they might not be very welcoming to somebody prying into their lives. And if everything else fails, please, you can always ask them, Mom, are you okay? What's up? I feel like nowadays you're a bit different. This, you can always ask. When it comes to parents, yeah. Also, there's somebody who was asking me a question. Na inapotea. Where is it? Found it. Somebody was asking me, Kate, when do you know when to seek therapy? And of course, the list is long, but I came up with a few, like 3, 4, 5 points. And the first one, and this is the biggest one: whenever you get suicidal thoughts, don't even think twice. You cannot entertain such thoughts. Okay, anytime you get suicidal, please kimbia enda kwa therapist haraka sana, before you actually harm yourself. Okay, anytime these thoughts come around, or you feel like they're coming around, enda tu hosi, talk to that specialist, talk to that person, ndio wakusaidie. It will be so wrong, it will be so sad to lose you because you feel suicidal. And make sure you go to a trained person. Your friends are okay, we could hear you out, we could sympathize, but we might not be able to give you the tools that you need to cope with such a situation. So please, anytime you feel suicidal, kimbia kwa therapist, go seek therapy. Second, before it gets to a crisis, this is what happens. You know for sure, aki, I'm not okay. You know, hauko sawa, you feel depressed. Then you sit and wait. You don't do anything about it. You don't take therapy. You don't talk to anyone. You're not helping that situation. Then what happens? Inakuwa crisis. And you know, before it actually gets there where it is driving you crazy, where you unaenda ukiwa karibu kulazwa hospitali because you're depressed, before it gets to that point, enda therapy. Because I'm sure, you know, it doesn't happen hivyo asubuhi siku moja and you wake up, oh my god, I'm so you know, it doesn't work like that. You feel it over time. It could be months, it could be weeks, it could actually be years. All along you've noticed there's something happening, something is different. Oh my god, too. Before it gets to a crisis, please go seek therapy, okay? Also, the third point is when a big decision is about to be made. If you feel like, you know, when you're depressed, your mind is not in the best state. So when you have a big decision to make, it is important to seek therapy. Could be you're considering, I don't know, maybe starting a family, ama moving to another part of the country, ama two out of Africa altogether, you know, very big decisions, new job, moving, starting a family. I don't know, kitu unasikia kwako ni kubwa, hata kama ni kuanza business. Whatever you consider a big decision to you, it is okay to get somebody who will put your head in the right place. Seek therapy. Let them guide you this process so that at the end of it, you choose what is best for you and best for those around you. So again, you know, when you're depressed, si wewe peke yako unakuanga affected. If in a family setup and I'm depressed, it affects my parents, it affects maybe the kids in the house, it affects those who are around you. If you're not alone, ama, you know, you are married, ama in such a situation, it affects your husband or your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend. It affects somebody, and statistics show that depressed people affect like 3 people on average. 3 people around them get affected. So when do you seek therapy? Is when you start affecting others. Depression is not okay, see, contagious kama homa, but it is possible to affect people because, you know, when you're in a family setup, your moods change. The way you are actually changes. Your personality unakanga mtu totally different, and this is not what we are used to as a family. Hatujazoea hivi, so you start affecting people who are around you, and the moment you notice that you're affecting these people, you are not handling it properly mpaka inafika kwa wengine, that is when you seek therapy. Enda talk to somebody so that you contain it and you do not affect people sana wenye wako karibu na wewe, okay? It is also important to get help whenever feeling overwhelmed and hopeless. You know that, yeah, this is too much, I can't do this. That feeling too, yeah, I can't. That is overwhelmed. I'm too hopeless. When I feel too, there is nothing you can do. You feel like your hands are tied. You actually can't do anything about a situation. Una feel ni kama you have actually just hit a wall. Please go seek therapy, because that your mind will tell you there's nothing you can do, but when you talk to a therapist, they will be able to show you there is an alternative way ya kudeal na hii kitu. You know, they will guide you through this process. So anytime you feel hopeless or overwhelmed, please go seek therapy. And you can be overwhelmed because of very many things. Inaweza kuwa ni shule, inaweza kuwa ni motherhood, inaweza kuwa ni nini. Please go talk to an expert. They will be able to guide you. Again, when you feel like you have no support, and this is my last point, when you feel like you have no support, support doesn't come easily. Support doesn't come automatically. Sometimes you're depressed and you're home and you feel like no one around you actually understands you. Please seek therapy, because from there is where things go crazy. Once you feel like you're doing this alone, things go crazy instantly. And I won't lie to you, getting support is not very easy. I don't really want to talk about it in details. We'll do this in the next show. What to do when you feel like you have no support, when you feel like no one else understands you. I will tell you, or I will help you know what to do. But let's go back. So when you feel like you have no support, talk to a therapist, because they will be your support. When you feel like you have no support system, hakuna mtu anakuelewa, hakuna mtu anakuget, enda ongea na therapist. There will be a support system. They will show you what to do, they will tell you what to do, and actually guide you through this. And it is not easy. Sometimes it doesn't mean ukienda therapy 1 month you're okay. Sometimes it requires years or months just to get better. So I advocate for therapy, and not only when you feel like you're sick ama you're not okay. Therapy is just good. Sitting down with somebody and actually talking about things is nice. It is important. It helps you heal. It helps you become a better person. It helps you avoid vitu nyingi sana zenye zinge happen if you didn't go for therapy. Personally, for me, I didn't enjoy therapy sana for the first few weeks, because you're made to talk about things zenye are deep, vitu zenye tu it felt like this is a wound and then you come and rip it apart. That is what I was feeling. So the first 3 sessions zilikuwa tu za kulia. Naingia kwa ofisi na keti kwa kiti, nachukua tissues, we cry, we go home, we come back, we cry again, until it got to a point we were able to talk. Therapy is a bit uncomfortable, but at the end it is so helpful. I have become such a very, very different person. You grow up as a person, your personality actually changes, you're in control of your feelings. It feels good to be able to handle these things. Therapy is good, it helps. Please, therapy is not for rich people. People talk sijui aje. Therapy is not for rich people. If you are able to get a foundation that actually offers these things for free, please go. Hakuna shida. Just take therapy. Make sure you're getting the help that you need. And I don't think we have any more questions. I will want to wrap this session up as we get ready for our next one. Thank you guys for joining us today. We did things differently kwa nyumba. Tell me whether you like this ama turudi huko nje kwa msitu. Anyway, thank you guys. Share the video. Don't forget to like and to subscribe. Bye guys.